Hi, it's me, Dora V here, and I was going to procrastinate as usual, but I just couldn't. Not with this one, because there have been a lot of complaints about this episode, and before watching it, I did see some of it, but I assumed that it's in the minority. There are always detractors. Well, it turns out, wow, looks like the complaints were valid. It's like being told, yeah, you're gonna get a great pizza, only to find it's Little Caesars. And then you're asked, but you wanted pizza. I thought you liked pizza. Little Caesars, though, I don't know. I haven't liked Little Caesars in years. But at any rate, yeah, overall, the episode, I'm one of the many who's like, fuck that. Just no. Anyway, Miguel Sapochnik directed this. Oh man, I do like him. Yeah, that is the one good thing. He's easily one of the best directors of battles I've ever seen. If Berserk is ever made live action, he should be the one directing it. All of it. He's Malazan, like any of that, he should be the one. He's amazing. Here you got poor Sam sweating to the oldies, I guess, but he's just sweating, nervous as hell. And then, did I see Mira Reed? I haven't seen her. Like, what happened to her? I thought she was around, but I haven't seen her anywhere. And the waiting. Oh my god, the waiting. The tension. Oh, dragon! It's a dragon. But the tension, more waiting. It's like the world is out there. It's like everybody's out there on the walls, waiting for the dead. And thought, and then I actually kind of wrote down something really like law. Like, you know, it would be funny if the dead, the walkers, never showed up. They'd be waiting for nothing. Law, can you imagine? Like, they're just waiting, and then nothing just happens. You know, it should have been the whole episode, really. And then I see, like, this horseman person come out, and I like heading toward the castle, and I thought, oh, so the Night King's gonna do a parley? Now it turns out it's Melisandre. So, okay, well, she'll help. And she claims that she'll be dead before the dawn, and Arya's looking very torn. And then she actually lights up the swords of the Dothraki, and then it looks pretty cool. I can't see shit. Yeah, they all go running. They're riding, whatever. All I know for sure is that once they get to a certain point, they just stop and they just snuff out. And I'm sitting here like, what? I had to pause, which I do anyway, you know, just to get these notes down. But I'm like, this isn't making any sense. Like, why weren't all of the weapons lit? Like, why were they snuffed out so easily? Like, the walkers, was it the king, the knight? It all seemed too try-hard. It was just really weird. Like, they go out there, and then it's like they're just gone. Like, it doesn't, like, what the hell kind of charge is that? Oh, there were a lot of complaints about strategy, but I'll try to get into it. But honestly, I think it would have made a lot more sense. Just keep your asses in the castle. Everybody. No one goes out. No one does any kind of offense. Like, you just don't. I mean, people say a good defense is a strong... Yeah, sure, but not when you're up against this kind of enemy. Like, sometimes you do have to bunker down, stay down, and just fight defensively. You had catapults. Just use those. Use flaming arrows. Lots and lots of fire. They're undead. They no likey fire. But instead we get this shit. Whatever. Anyway, moving right along. Brienne, no. Something was happening to her. Yeah, my god. What were you doing out there? And then there's the dragon fire. Am I the only one who thinks that should have been the only thing in a battle? Catapults, dragon fire, fly around, breathe shit. That's what should be happening. Just the dragon fire. That's it. And then the fire lady can cast her fire spells. Fire. Hey, fire. Then what do I know? Oh, it was a blizzard. So I guess that's why, like, they were snuffed out. There's like this blizzard. And then Ed is killed. Oh, boo. That sucked. He was pretty cool. like, oh, Grey Worm, like he's just there. Like he just chooses to stay behind. First in, last out. That's how the Unsullied are. Arya saves someone. Good for her. And man, it's some bad luck here, but whatever. Anyway, we see Melisandre taking her sweet old time getting to the... oh yeah, they're supposed to like light the trenches, which is something that should have happened to begin with. In fact, while you're at it, have as many bonfires as humanly possible. I told you the dead don't like fire. But she goes out there, like, she may as well have been on a walker. Like, you ever seen Top Secret? It's this great 80s parody movie, and in one of the scenes, like, there's a phone ringing that because these guys are about to get shot, and this old lady is on a walker, just super slow, so you'd think, oh god, those guys are fucked. But no, she manages to answer the phone and saved it. That's kind of how I felt. Like, you're just gonna walk out there and then lighting it, trying to light it. Are you kidding me? Not stupid. Yeah, she's got a pretty face and pretty eyes, pretty blue eyes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that fond of her, but she's pretty useful and she's pretty. But it kind of reminded me of like the "my car hates me" trope. Like where you're trying to start the car and it just doesn't start, but then right in the nick of time it suddenly starts and you're able to drive off into the sunset or the wherever. That's what it reminded me of. I thought it was annoying. It did annoy me. Yeah, it was just really irritating. It was too tropey. I mean, it was well shot, but that's the thing. Miguel Sapochnik is amazing, but I think even he couldn't save the show from writing. My God, it couldn't. But anyway, it just annoyed me. And then the Varys. I said here, score 1 for Sansa. It was something that she says. And I think it's pretty cool. She's talking with Tyrion, and it says that it would never work out due to divided loyalties. And she says that if the Dragon Queen wasn't here, things would be easier. And I don't know about that. And I could see why Miss Cindy was a bit pissed, because she said, like, well, if the Dragon Queen weren't here, yeah, it would be easier, because we'd all be dead. And I can't see, like, Daenerys having any problem with Sansa and Tyrion as a couple. And I don't know. I think, like, maybe don't think about that right now. But yeah, Tyrion is definitely the best. So Bran, Theon, home. Oh, what? Home. And here's the Night King. Oh, hi, Night King. And it looks like they found a way past the trenches. Figures. Yeah, because the dead finally start walking through the fire and quote-unquote sacrificing themselves. And that's how they get past the trenches. And they just finally breach everything. And anyway, what a time to have a migraine, though. Yeah, that's something I like to state for the record. While I was watching the show, I developed a nice migraine. So, yeah, I just watched the show anyway I did, but I had a migraine, so I wasn't exactly, like, happy as it is. And just, my God, it's just overwhelming. The dead are tireless. They should have known this. These people are dead. You should have seen this coming. Why was there not a lake of fire in Winterfell? Dig up shit ton of trenches, set it all on fire, keep the fires lit. You got fire arrows. Fuck it. Whatever. I'm not a strategist. But the dead are tireless. You know, just one big old fire might have helped. And the poor Hound, like, he is a blue screen of death. But come on, Hound. Like, I always thought you might be the sort to go down fighting. So, go down fighting. But the one-eyed guy saves him. Oh, Lyanna. Oh no, she's down for the count. Because this big giant horse thingy hits her. And like I said here, everyone's overwhelmed. Oh, wait, then, what happens after this? I just love this. I know that at this point, Lyanna Mormont is going to die. Yeah, I'm static character. I said it last time, static character. So because of that, she gets crushed, but not before killing the giant. She stabs him right in the eye. He falls, she falls, and rest in power, Lyanna. You're one note, but you're awesome. And then there's a blue shore you can, because the Night King shows up with his blue dragon, and the skies are real pretty. Yeah, there's a scene where they go up, Daenerys and Jon go up high, and it's really peaceful up there, and it's a nice moon. That was really pretty. And the dead are inside the castle. My god, wow, like, this is horror. Like, yeah, it is horror, and you see them in the crypts, and it's just, no, 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 no open door, don't open door, fuck that shit. Too bad, soldiers. You can just become dead too, like, tough. Like, man, that hole was just really scary. It felt like Game of Thrones meets Resident Evil or Silent Hill. It's just, like, but Arya manages it. The Beric, I guess, the one-eyed guy, like, he does what he could with his fire sword, but he ends up down. And the way he did it, though, like, there's this one scene that he's blocking the dead, and he looks like Christ on the cross, which is pretty fitting because April 28th is actually Orthodox Easter. Yeah, Christ has risen, people. In Orthodox faith, they would say Christos Anesti. And your answer to that is Alitos Anesti. Well, this guy, he kind of did the opposite of that. And he did manage to survive a bit longer, but he does unfortunately eventually die, and he doesn't get resurrected. And Melisandre basically says that he served his purpose, and that's true. He's sad, and then she talks to Arya about the brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes. And when she said blue eyes, I thought that maybe Arya would probably eventually kill Melisandre herself, because Melisandre had blue eyes, but apparently not. She asks Arya, and what do we say to death? And she says, not today. It's a nice little throwback there, but whatever. Just make every shot count. Like, yeah, think. And then there's a dragon fight, and bye, Night King, but you know that's not gonna happen. Nope, nope, nope. And of course, he's still alive. I figured he wouldn't go down that easily. And I actually thought that he looked like Freddy Krueger there. I was like, really? But Freddy Krueger, though, is a bit more animated, to say the least. But still, and he throws something at her, but I can't tell if she got hit. I don't think she did. Looks like a no, and of course there's more dead. Night King raises them up. Lyanna's up, Ed is up, Dothraki is up, and I thought, oh shit, no. At this point, I honestly thought that, yeah, they're not winning this fight. I did say, like, in the previous post, like, oh yeah, they'll be fine, everything will be fine. But I kind of assumed that it would be in the final episode. Well, let me just keep going. But they're through the walls. Oh my god. The crypts, like the people in the crypt are coming back to life, and they're all old, but they're still very dangerous, and even though they were Starks, they're still very scary dead Starks. And I knew Jon would be okay. Dany's dragon's a bit of a mess, but I wish she could fly off, but the dead are all over that poor Dargan. Now, hi, Jorah, and it's raining dead. Like, there's a scene where a bunch of dead are falling down, and I'm like, it's raining dead, hallelujah, it's raining dead. And she's with Jorah, and in that scene I thought, oh, I bet she wishes she had a sword, because she's not a do-nothing bitch. Like, say what you will about her, she's not the sort of person to just stand there and do nothing. And it turns out, yeah, she got a sword. Good for her. And she uses it. And then with Theon, he's the last one standing with Bran. And then here comes the Night King. And Theon, I don't know what the hell he was supposed to do here, but he tried to go after the Night King. And, oh man, he dies. God damn it, Theon. No, like, yeah, you're a good man, Theon. He definitely redeemed himself. And in the end died a very likable person. It's, well, too bad. Rest in power, Theon. And then he approaches Bran, and then I'm like, what now? Like, Arya, honestly? Yeah, she runs up to him, he grabs her, then she switches hands and stabs him, and he just dies, and I thought that was bullshit. And I love Arya, like, I really do. But, like, how do you, like, she managed to get out of there in a castle full of, like, the dead, then other dead, and then the White Walkers, like, what, they just stand there and let her get through? I mean, really? Well, it was just cheap. It was very cheap to me. Like I said, I do love her. I hope she does really awesome things. I'm sure she will. But no, 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 no. Not like this. The Night King ended way too soon. Yeah, they can rest in peace. I was just hoping they'd do it a lot later. And to be honest with you, like, I actually kind of hoped that the Night King would win. Yeah, I'm actually Team Night King. Yes, I went there. Because I think that would be very interesting, but... Or no one sits on the throne. Yeah, no one sits on the Iron Throne. And my third option, oddly enough, is Jaime for some oddball reason. But, Night King, you left us too soon. God damn it. Yeah, way too soon. So now it's just Cersei and Euron. And I just thought, meh. Just fuck it. And then I realized that, wait a second, Melisandre did tell Arya the blue eyes, and the Night King had blue eyes. Like, okay, but still, I was expecting him to last until the very end, so because of that, and because of just some things are just convenient, like, most of the major characters have survived. Jorah did not, he died. Oh, poor Daenerys. Yeah, the Jorah did in fact die. Bummer. And, but most of them may survive. I think it was like just Theon and Jorah who died. Ed did die, and that seemed to be about it. Melisandre does as she walks out of, and then she just drops dead. Okay, that's great and all, but whatever. But beyond that, most survive, which I'm actually happy with. I'm glad that they made it. But it's just they were all pinned against like a wall and a whole bunch of dead people. So whatever. And I just whatever. I mean, I'm fine with that, but at the same time, I just felt like this just bullshit. I'm sorry. I just thought meh. Like, can you believe that this is supposed to be like a fantastic episode and it was just meh. Just too many Deus Ex Machinas. Like, that's kind of how I see it. And that's what I think Arya was. And I really think it would have been a lot more fitting if Bran had a hidden dagger. Like, if he had it. And someone did say that he handed Arya a dagger, but Arya handed Sansa a dagger, and she, I think, considers suicide but doesn't. But why couldn't Bran have a dagger of his own? Like, he just does absolutely nothing. And I think it would have been really fitting if he had a hidden dagger all along. Night King grabs him, Bran stabs him, and Night King dies. That would have been pretty fitting and pretty awesome. If the Night King's gonna end that soon, I would rather he go that way, because who on earth sees Bran coming other than Bran himself? Like, no one would. I think that would have been a pretty nice subversion, but instead we got a subversion that I felt like was just bullshit. And please, like, whatever. I still love you, Arya, but please. Just, and Cersei is nothing compared to the others dead Night King. Just nothing. She is nothing. She thinks she's something, but she ain't shit. I wish the Night King reached all the way down there. There have been some that where Bran might still become the Night King. There might be another, but I don't know. Apparently there are 4 episodes left. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But I think that the episode was well made. I'll admit that. But it was still just disappointing, poorly written. Yeah, that's how I see it. I do happen to agree with a lot of people, and that's fine. And I'm sure that there are people who don't, and that's fine too. But as for me, there was just one big pile of poo-poo in a very pretty package. As I still love Miguel Sapochnik. Sapochnik, though. He's awesome. Anyway, I think that'll do. And goodbye.